to Donnie coming to you from Osaka, Japan. Let's go pick up our new toy. Hope everybody's 2016 preparations are going good. The guys are still drifting right now. Probably about to get finished up and start getting ready for next year. Because as you know, for racers of all kinds, there's really no off season. In today's video, we're going to go and pick up the, as you guys see in the intro video, LS1 I got from a Corvette. 6 months ago, somebody posted a question about, would you get an LS1? As I said before, a long time ago, I never had anything against LS1s, but I had no interest. But things got a little better. Took care of some debts and freed up some money and stuff like that. And about 4 months ago, I actually went on Yahoo Auctions and I searched for LS1, and lo and behold, LS1 popped up, and I was kind of shocked. So I was like, throwing back and forth between getting it and everything. And
in 600 meters, turn left.
About 4 weeks ago, I went ahead and started looking at it seriously, and I bet on it, and we won it for a little under about $2,500. I posted up on Facebook and everything. Everybody was like, how do I get an LS1 here in Japan? And a lot of guys don't understand. In Japan, American cars are very popular. So you'll see American cars all over, especially more sort of in Tokyo area, Osaka area. A lot of Camaros, a lot of Corvettes, and things like that. So big thing I want to get out there is I have now abandoned my RBs, my JZs, and whatever else I use. I know a lot of guys, once they go LS, they kind of strictly go LS only. That's not the case. For me, it's just another engine. So we're going to go up here about the 38-minute drive to Tawada and go and pick up this engine. I got a question from Ozzy Teedmore. He was asking, why engine? What's the purpose of engine swaps? Not just LS, but just any engine swap. Period. The purpose of engine swap is pretty much to take the engine from some other car that you want, put it in another car, and what most people want to do is actually get more power and a more reliable package without modding. Because honestly, the least amount of mods you do to a factory engine, the more reliable it's going to be. Aftermarket wise, you start throwing your pistons in and your rods and all that stuff, and you can make a really strong engine. But it's awesome to be able to take OEM performance. The guys who got these big degrees and make all this money and engineer all this stuff and spend all these hours engineering things, even though sometimes the stuff goes wrong, it's just cool to take an OEM engine, drop it in a car, don't do much to it, and make a lot of power and have it reliable. All engines have their pros and cons. No engine's pretty much perfect, that I know of. All engines have some kind of little con about it. But again, OEM performance and a swap, and with the LS, it's aluminum, and everybody knows the LS is a little lighter than a RB. I hope that answered your question, Ozzy. If you got any more questions, be sure to send them. And anybody else got any questions, be sure to send them. Now to kind of get into the car that we're going to be using. As you can see right here, we're going to be using my R33. I've had this car since about I had this car for since 2009 or 2010. After I crashed my first R33, a lot of guys were asking, what car I'm going to use, and I should use the RX-7 and all that stuff like that. Every car kind of has something going on already. And the R33, I was actually pulling parts from, so it was more logical to actually go ahead and use that. And again, the car was really, 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 really reliable for me for a daily driver and drifting it all over Japan, as you've seen in the videos all over. So I feel that the LS1 will be a good match for the R33. I stripped out the interior and going to be adding a lot of light parts. And for right now, the LS is going to stay NA. I'll probably do some NA mods to it, but later on, maybe I'll go turbo. But for right now, I got enough turbo vehicles. Right here, you can see an example of what the car is pretty much going to look like once I get done. The aero in there, it's not to kind of follow like what D1 is looking like now, but the car is going to share dual purposes. I'm going to drift the car as well as use it for time attack sessions. I know a lot of guys, normally when they swap the LS1, and commonly right now, it's just primarily drifting. I haven't really been following the LS1 swaps a lot, so I don't know a lot of guys who swapped it over to do road racing or time attack and stuff like that. The LS, as many people know, has been used a lot there and to do road racing and time attack. So I know it's capable. Just making sure you're doing your proper oil mods and things like that. Like I posted online, I'm new to the LS, but I'm not new to mechanics. And for me, pistons are pistons, bolts are bolts. and everything's pretty easy to work on. So I did about maybe 2 months of research and got sped up and found out all the the bad things about the engine, and more so the good things. More so like the AccuSump system, running that to make sure you have constant oil pressure and things like that, and you're not starving the engine for oil and things like that. So we're about 5 minutes away from actually picking up the engine. I'll give a little information about Japan as far as like their shipping and freight companies. If it's something like an engine or like a large transmission, they won't deliver it to your house because they pretty much fear that they won't be able to get it off the truck and things like that. So I'm going 42 minutes out the way here to go pick up the engine at this company. It's called Seno. And you also have Black Cat, and you have Sagawa, kind of like UPS, DHL, things like that. So that's where we're going right now. So we're pulling up in the compound here in a second.
Your destination will be on the left.
All right, so we're here picking up the engine. We're at Seno, and that's the LS1 inside that little box right there. All the horsepower. So I had to move because there was a bunch of trucks coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it right now and check it out real quick before I make sure I got the right engine, not SR20 inside of here. So here it is, guys, unboxed, the LS1. Just like I said, want to verify it wasn't another engine. I've picked up things before and it wasn't what it was, so I kind of couldn't wait till I got home. So I'm gonna go with the Collins adapter and use the 350 370Z transmission, and that's how we're gonna transmit the power to the ground. So again, we're gonna go ahead and get it home and get it on the engine lift and start ordering all those parts up. So you guys, just got home from the short trip. Gonna go ahead and start breaking it down, getting it on the engine stand, and just gonna sit for a little bit. Kind of got the engine because it was a good sale, not a major rush to get the engine done and everything. So I got things going on. Just found out today I'm actually going to be having a boy here in like 3 months. Well, found out it was a boy. Already knew about the baby. So going to be taking things a little slow. Going to slowly piece together the parts I need to get. Going to fabricate most of like the engine mounts and things like that myself. And for the transmission, like I said earlier, I'm going to be going with the Collins adapter, running the 350Z transmission here. As far as parts, a lot of guys I got LS1 in Japan. Parts are going to be an issue, but since I've been here since 2008, all of my parts have come from the States, primarily from Majuka Racing, FR Sports, RB Brokerage, and things like that. Summit Racing, JAGS, AutoZone, all of the places ship here to base. So the parts availability is going to be the same. I'll stock up certain parts, so in the event I'll break them, I can get them done. So be sure to go ahead and follow the build. It won't be a step-by-step build. So just just go ahead and check it out. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned. So it won't be an ultra high power LS1. It'll make decent power. Definitely 500-600 horsepower. But it's going to be a decent engine, not anything crazy. Not really aiming to have a high horsepower LS like I know a lot of guys out there are pretty much building to. So I'll have fun with it, and definitely looking forward to getting started on it. So again, thank you guys for joining me for today, picking up the LS1 engine. And stay tuned and ask any questions you'd like in the comments, and just have fun with it. So again, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and Pink Ranger tuning out from Japan.